We're YouTubers. We make YouTube videos.
Welcome to the first episode of Behind the Reel, a real look at the personalities shaping today's new media culture. I'm your host, Andy Smith. I don't even know where to begin introducing today's guests, two Internetainers who are pillars of the YouTube community. They've really learned how to succeed both on YouTube and off YouTube with corporate brands. Please welcome to the show none other than Rhett and Link. Guys, welcome to the show.
We're Rhett and Link. I'm Rhett.
And I'm Link. This is the set of our daily talk show, Good Mythical Morning.
Welcome.
We're gonna be answering some questions from this venue.
For those people who may be seeing you for the first time, how can they find you on YouTube?
We got two channels. One, the second channel where we do this daily talk show. We got another channel where we do music videos, sketches, other things like that.
That channel is called Rhett and Link. It's named after us.
We call it the main channel. We really thought a lot about that. And we were like, let's call it the main channel.
Yeah, so we got music videos, comedy in nature, some comedy sketches, and...
Comedy in nature?
Comedy in nature.
We find comedy in nature. It's a nature channel. Like, pictures of animals and plants and all the comedic things that happen with them on a daily basis.
And other things including local commercials for real businesses that are intentionally horrible.
Cuban gynecologist and American auto salesman.
You guys are really living the dream. How long has this been your full-time job?
We've been doing this full-time since 2007, been making a living on the internet. Of course, now we take advantage of the partner program with YouTube and the ad revenue that comes in from just getting views on our videos. But even before that, and currently still, kind of our specialty is creating custom branded content for brands and agencies.
So viral videos. People pay us to make viral videos.
Yeah, you could say that.
Or campaign-ish type videos.
What you call it whatever you want to. Viral marketing.
Comedic nature videos.
Because if we do comedic nature videos, I like to call it guerrilla marketing. But we actually incorporate gorillas because of
We have gorillas.
the comedy in nature.
If you pause and listen, you can hear the gorillas. They're not caged, they're free roaming.
As part of the growing process, a lot of YouTubers move, much like you guys have. What do you miss the most about home?
We're originally from North Carolina, so we miss it a lot. For no particular reason.
I miss people calling Walmart Walmarts with an S or Walmart with a K.
Yeah, that's what my mother-in-law does.
I miss that. And I also miss vinegar-based barbecue. Have not found a lot of that out here. I've had to make it myself. I make it myself now. You wanna come over and try some of that? You're not invited.
Wouldn't you feel stupid if all of a sudden you're driving back home and you see a store called Walmart's?
Oh, that's what it's called.
It's like, whoops, my bad.
Do any of your children want to follow in your footsteps?
We each have kids with our own wife. I have 3 kids. Rhett has 2 kids with his wife.
One of your kids is my kid. I just want to ask. So technically I have 2 kids with my wife and I have 1 kid with Link's wife and he has 2 of his own kids. It's a complicated family situation.
Now I laughed.
And I'm breaking that to you right now.
I laughed, but I laughed in like a, that was funny, right? That was a joke.
It's the one that looks like me. The youngest.
Do our kids want to follow in our footsteps?
Yes. Locke came up to me the other day and he's like, I ask him from time to time, I'm like, what do you want to do? You know, have you thought about what you want to do when you grow up? And he's like, I think I want to be a YouTuber. So I'm actively trying to talk him out of that because I don't want to compete with him.
Well, my youngest son, he's 3. He's brainstorming website names for Locke and Lincoln's website.
Yeah, he
and
sure is.
his latest idea is LockeandLincolninthebathroom.com.
Wait a minute. What is he gonna do with that site?
I have no clue. I think he thinks that's funny.
Now we have reserved the website. I mean, we did buy the domain just in case.
And they were featured in a segment of our 30-minute show, The Mythical Show.
Yeah. We exploit them on a semi-regular basis for more ad revenue. That goes directly into their college funds.
What's the strangest thing you guys have had mailed to your P.O. box so far?
We recently did a show where I talked about how I wanted to join the Bean of the Month Club, which doesn't exist because I'm really into beans. That's kind of another video. We can talk about that at a different time. But we got something else from a fan. It wasn't beans.
It was milk.
Well, we got a phone call from the post office and they said, there's something in your that was delivered to your post office box. We couldn't fit it in the post office, but we've had to take it outside because it has some sort of biological material in it that is really stinking and no one is willing to touch it. Would you like to come and get it? So we didn't go. We sent our social media manager over to investigate.
So they take her out behind the post office, where I'm told they usually kill people.
Yeah, right. Usually.
So
they
she was
murder
nervous,
people.
and they didn't do that. There was no violence. But one of the guys who took her out there had a gas mask on.
Well, not
Or
a
a
gas
medical
mask.
mask?
He had like a
Someone had
face mask.
someone had shipped us 6 gallons of milk, and it had gone bad.
Well, of course,
really bad.
That's what happens with milk in the mail. But the note attached was, I know you can't join the Bean of the Month Club, but we thought maybe you could join the Milk of the Month Club, and we wanted to get it started.
What a great start.
So that was not good. That was not a good thing to receive from a fan.
As part of that rare group who has crossed over to television, how is your process different when you're making something for television versus the main channel?
I mean, the main difference is the timeline. There are a lot of lines of communication, and I would even call them barriers, between a conceived idea and then that idea making it in front of an audience. Whereas on the internet, a lot of times we'll have a 1-week turnaround from coming up with a concept to executing it, and we work much more ahead of the we're ahead of the game. We don't constantly just turn things around like that. But there's no gatekeeper. It's just the two of us determining whether or not we want to release a video, as opposed to the television process. It's like there's a network involved, there's other creative partners involved,
And when you're making an ad for Chuck Testa, the taxidermist, and he's parading these animals around as if they're real, you have to get the buy-in of the network executive at IFC. And there's a few more layers.
The more opinions that you have attached to something, the more rounded off it gets and the more vanilla it becomes. And the riskier ideas and the more original parts of that idea kind of get rounded off as you have a team continue to attack the idea or wear it down.
Right.
And so I think that the fewer layers of legal people questioning things and TV people questioning things and more people at an agency and more people at a brand, the fewer people that are involved in the process, the more original the content is going to be.
At the Red House, where black people and white people buy furniture.
Now, some people aren't comfortable with that, but I think that when we can create something and there's just no gatekeeper, I mean, our best videos, the videos that we're most proud of, are the ones that are just, but it's a concept, and then that concept happens on the screen.
Right. I mean, opinions are like buttholes. We've all got one, and it occasionally stinks.
Yeah. It pretty much constantly stinks if you get close enough to it.
You guys are kings of the viral video. What's your secret formula? Is there a formula to viral video success?
There's a lot of people who don't even like to use the term viral video because they think it happens so accidentally. And then if people do engineer a viral video, there's potential for backlash because people think that it's the type of thing you've tricked someone into thinking something was not planned that actually was planned. But I think that we've developed a track that's a little bit different. Yes, you can create a video that will get millions of views if you know your audience and you know how the internet works. I think we've trained our audience to expect us to incorporate brands and sponsors into our content, but we want to entertain them first and then advertise to them second, so they're compelled to share it because of the nature of the entertaining aspect of the content.
Are you challenging my manliness?
Yes.
And the easiest way to describe our recipe is we want there to be a 1-sentence compelling description that people can use when they naturally and organically share that video. So if we can't conceptualize a video where somebody could take it in a simple and compelling way, share it with somebody else in 1 sentence, then that's probably not a video that has a chance of going viral. So that's our recipe. Is it always a success? No, it's not always a success, but it very rarely is a bomb. And sometimes it's huge, and sometimes it's like, oh, that's good. That's got a healthy number of views.
For example, you've got to watch this video with these 2 guys have 600 pillows and they do the music video entirely in reverse. Or
was that a video? Can I watch that?
we made that video.
Oh, I was ready to click on it. See how it works? I wanted to find a clicker. I wanted to find a mouse so I could click on it. And I'm talking about a computer mouse.
Or another example, you got to watch this video where these two guys have this epic rap battle using garden tools.
Really? Where can I see that? Is that on the YouTube?
It is. It's on our channel. Right? We made it.
Okay.
It's called Epic Rap Battle of Manliness.
I'll make sure to watch that as soon as this is over.
Working a jackhammer. You're a mama's boy. I was born in an Arctic cave and adopted by wolves. That's how I was raised.
What's something that would surprise the average mythical beast about your creative process?
I think something that would surprise people about the creative process for us is that it very often starts with a prompt. We're very reactive because we have kind of established ourselves as people who take a prompt from a brand or an agency and then create custom content around it. That's kind of what we specialize in.
That prompt being a brand message or a slogan or a campaign concept. And we have engineering degrees, so I think we like having an assignment and then it's a problem to be solved creatively, but still we seem to approach it from a mathematical standpoint. Okay, this is what you want to say. This is our audience. This is how the internet works. How are you going to get this message there in a way that is something that they not only will accept but want to share? So it, there's that challenge of engineering. Yeah, I'll say a viral video that will accomplish that.
And sometimes that's very broad. Like we were approached by Tiger Direct, essentially a competitor to Best Buy.
They want to reach nerds and geeks.
Right.
So we just conceptualize an epic rap battle between a nerd and a geek. And everybody wins.
It took place in their store, it featured their products, and then we sent people to their website at the end of it. But then more recently, we were approached by the agency for Buick, and they were doing a campaign called In the Moment, which not necessarily related directly to cars, but it was related to this whole phenomenon of how people are on their phone, people are addicted to their cell phones, they're not getting off their phone and enjoying life in the moment. So we created a song called Get Off the Phone. Now, of course, it features a Buick in it, and it also points people to the Tumblr page that Buick created for this for the In the Moment, Get in the Moment movement. But so they came to us and said, this is what we want to do. We want to get people to go to this Tumblr. We want people to be using hashtag In the Moment. What can you guys do? And so we created this custom music video.
And by the way, we need it in 4 weeks or less.
Right, yeah, it's a very quick turnaround for a major music video. So I think to summarize, that's a surprising thing. I think it's not just the two of us sitting down it is us sitting down and kind of coming up with totally original ideas, but a lot of it's just like, all right, we've been given this task. We really get into that and kind of start the creative process from a prompt.
What differences do you guys see between traditional and internet celebrities with respect to their fans?
I think the main difference between the way that traditional celebrities and internet celebrities, if you want to call us that, I don't particularly like the term, but I like to say e-lebrities.
No, you don't.
No, I don't. Well-known YouTubers, popular YouTubers, whatever. The way that we interact with our fans and how it is different than the way that traditional celebrities interact with their fans is based on the fact that people interact with their own friends through social networking, right? So you interact with your friends through social media like Facebook and Twitter and even YouTube and their YouTube channels and that kind of thing. We're on the same exact outlets. So you interact with your friends in a certain way, well, you end up interacting with us in the same exact way. So when we have an interaction with a fan, it's more like we're having an interaction with a friend. And even the way they approach us, if they see us on the street, it's a little bit like, oh yeah, we went to high school together, the way that you would, we went to high school together and we didn't talk to each other that much, so now let's catch up.
Yeah, it's not just, hey, can I get my picture taken with you, which we are asked to have our picture taken with people, but then they'll usually follow it up with, and let's also go to lunch. You can meet my mom.
And we usually decline those opportunities. But, and I will say for a traditional celebrity, there's a sense of detachment, between you and that movie or you and that TV show or you and that, if you go to that concert or whatever, because you don't interact with normal people like that.
I interact with Lady Gaga as if she's like an aunt.
Okay. Well, that works for you.
Not like the animal, like an aunt.
Yeah.
Like my mom's sister.
You're not doing a throwback to comedy and nature. Yeah, I knew that. You're just talking about like relatives.
Right. So they're pound for pound, they're the strongest creatures on earth. Ants. They lift their own body weight.
Yep. Well, they lift a lot more than their own body weight.
A lot more. That's what I meant.
Yeah, like 8 times.
Exactly. That's what I was getting at.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's all about ants.
Have any of your videos surprised you with the way they took off?
I'm not gonna lie, we try very hard to make videos that get lots of views, but we have been surprised by a few of our videos with the number of views they've gotten. I mean, when you create a daily video through a talk show like Good Mythical Morning, some things pop that you didn't expect. Like we created one episode called The Most Amazing Optical Illusions on the Internet. And I was like, yeah, this is, 100,000 views, just, like every other episode.
It has 7.5 million views.
We were pleasantly surprised.
So now we're really thinking about doing more optical illusion videos. But we're not really good at creating them. Hey, look, I'm a headless man holding my own head under my arm.
I was also surprised by the how well our cracked chiropractor commercial performed. I mean, it had Dr. Lee performing all types of violent moves on women in a chiropractic environment.
So
I guess
why are
I
you
could have
surprised?
known
I wasn't
that
surprised.
this thing was going to get millions of views.
When I was in that little office and I watched him grasp those women in the way that he grasps them, I just thought, this is going to get a lot of views.
Well, he punched one of them in the chest.
Or maybe he felt nothing at all.
Dr. Lee is now an internet celebrity.
Mm-hmm.
He can't go out in public.
I doubt that.
I doubt that.
Thank you guys so much for your time. That's all I've got for this episode of Behind the Reel. Is there anything you'd like to add before you go?
My mom always said when you get through being at somebody's house, you say, thanks for having us. Is that why you say it? Is that like a Southern thing?
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
It's called gratitude. It's called I mean, they didn't have to do this.
They didn't.
They didn't have.
Thanks for having us.
They didn't have to talk to us.
I'm just doing it because my mom told me to do it. Thank you for having us.
And then they say, don't let the door hit you in the butt on the way out.
No, they wouldn't say that. They would never say that. They'd say, you're welcome. Come back anytime.
And don't let the door hit you in the butt on the way out.
I think they just said it.
Well, that's it for the first episode of Behind the Reel. Thank you all so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to share it on Twitter, Facebook, all your social media networks. If there's somebody you'd like to see on the next episode of Behind the Reel, drop their name in the comments below. We'll see what we can do to get them on. In the meantime, have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys next Friday.